Hello everybody, in today's video I'm going to be doing a comparison between the Yuxin 4x4 and the MoYu 4x4s. I also want to say that I know it's been a couple of weeks since my last video. I'm sure most of you guys know that I was away for training. I'm back home, obviously I'm at my desk. I got home yesterday, things are awesome here. I was gone for 7 weeks, so I have a whole bunch of stuff. I literally have packages all around my desk for things that came in, and also actually some things I didn't expect. So I thought that was really cool as well, so you guys can expect some videos for me. I do have to go back out on the road for work again very shortly in the next couple of days, but I'm going to really work and make a bunch of videos, and then so I can just upload them scheduled, so you guys will have regular videos again. So let's get back on track. Anyways, today we're going to take a look at actually 3 puzzles. This is the 60mm 4x4 from MoYu. This is the 62mm 4x4, and this is the 62mm Yuxin or Yuxin 4x4, however you want to pronounce it. You can really see the difference in colors. Eh? This is all yellow on top. This is the MoYu yellow. This is my own personal sticker scheme yellow, and this is the Yuxin yellow by yellow 4x4 with the yellow on top. Anyways, so I've played with these a lot. Obviously, I've played with this one most because this is my main. This is what I've been using for a long time. It's got all my sticker stuff on it. This is the Yuxin or Yuxin 4x4. A lot of people are really impressed with this cube, and I'm somewhat impressed myself. And we'll get to that. And then, obviously, we have the 60mm 4x4. Now, I was really looking forward to this puzzle because I just like the way it looks. I think that the big stickers with the small little black lines makes it look really, really nice and elegant. Now, when I was in Winnipeg, another fan of mine named Dan came over. Hey, Dan, if you're watching. And he had one of these, so I got to experience one there, but it wasn't really set up how I would like it set up, at least. So this one here has been set up, and I used Phil's lube. And the cubicle supplied me with the lube as well. So I got Phil's bundle, which comes with 2 different weights of lubricant and also Maru lube. And I used them on this, and I used this one first, and I had to wipe it out right away because for me, weight 5 is very too thick. It's way too thick for me. I'm actually going to go a little bit more on this one specifically when I go over the Yuxin 3x3 or the Yuxin 3x3. So anyways, I use this one. This one is very light. You can actually see the bubble, how fast it moves compared to this. There's a bubble there. I move it upside down and it is moving. It's not even moving. So like this is actually considerably a very, very light lube, but it works for speed, and that's why it's called speedy, and it definitely did work in this one. So I am going to actually compare it to a brand new one of these as well. So let's go ahead and open this up. Alright, so this is a brand new one, and this one actually already I can tell is a little bit better than this one was out of the box, but it's not too bad, I gotta say. Covered in lube on the outside, but it's still pretty slow. I found that with this one too, it was really slow out of the box, but now I've used that lube. I've taken this thing completely apart. I have wiped out all the stock lube, and then I put in the weight 5, had to wipe all that out, clean the pieces just to make sure it was all off, and then I used the Speedy Lube, which did wonders for this, and then a couple of drops of Maru in the center as well, and that helped it out quite a bit. Alright, so this just needs to be set up properly, that's all. So let's get on with the review actually. So out of these, which ones do I like the most? Well, let's go over the pros and cons of both of them. Let's start with this one. Now this one here is the 60mm. You can buy it at the Cubicle. They sponsored me for this video on these 2 puzzles, and I bought this one from them a while ago. So these 2 puzzles were sponsored from the Cubicle, so if you want to get them after this, you can obviously go there. The link is in the description, at the top of the description. And so this one, I really like this one because I like the look, and I have some custom stickers here. Now I haven't put them on, but I can already see that the stickers are a little bit smaller, and I asked them, are you going to make custom stickers that are this size? Because it turns out a lot of people actually like the stickers like this. And they said, yeah, I think eventually, but it might not be for a while. But either way, this isn't going to be my main, so it doesn't really matter to me anymore. I thought it would be cool, but it's just, I had my hopes up for this cube, and it's just not really what I want in a cube, to be honest. It looks cool. It's a really good size, and it moves pretty well. But the problem with this is that it's very slow and sluggish. Like this one is pretty slow. It's not super slow, but I want it faster. In order to make it faster, I had to put the lube in. Wipe out all the lube and then put it back in. What that did is it made it faster, but there was still a lot of grinding going on. And I don't know why, because it's exactly the same core as the 62mm one. It's just the pieces are slightly different. Maybe I got a bunk cube, I'm not sure. But this one here seems to be pretty close to how this one was at the beginning. And so is Dan's, the other Dan that I met in Winnipeg. It was pretty slow as well. So I really had to do a lot of work to this, and in order to loosen it up enough for it to be somewhat reasonable speed for me, I really had to tension it to pretty loose tensions. So now when I solve it once in a while, I'll get an explosion. It's not a pop, it's an explosion. I've tried to tighten it, but again, it goes into this sort of like grindy, loose, or tighter feeling cube that's just not fast enough for me. I'm not the fastest cuber out there, obviously, for 4x4, but it's just not fast enough for me. That being said, it's still a great cube. Maybe you guys like it tighter than I do. I'm not sure. Here we have the Yuxin 4x4. Now this one was very interesting because when I got this, I didn't know what to think. It was very, very loose. It, like, you could do this and it would spin, you know, total 180 degrees. It wasn't very precise. Like here I can go like this and you can see that it pretty matches up. It pretty much matches up on the corner every time, which is good for accuracy and stuff like that. When I first got it, it like overshot. You know what I mean? Like it wouldn't, see now it won't go anywhere. But I have to do it really hard for it to go all the way around. But before it was just like a small one. So I actually did have to tighten it. And by tightening it, it actually made the middle feel a little bit tighter than the outside. So I used the MoYu lube. And I also used these Lubical Speedy silicone lube. So it definitely helped it out a lot. And this thing is really good. I haven't had any pops so far. It corner cuts well. It even reverse corner cuts some. I've gotten some pretty good solves on it. And I don't mind this cube. I think that it's a pretty good cube. But the overall feel of it just doesn't really complement my technique, I guess you might say. I'm not sure. I do notice a little bit of catching in the 3x3 stages. Things like, and I tighten this cube up and sometimes it locks up on me like this. Now I know a lot of people are praising this cube, maybe because it's new, and it is really good out of the box, I'll give it that. But other things too, like there's catching. Doesn't happen all the time, but like this. It's just like a small catch, but when you're solving, it happens once in a while. I don't know if any of you guys have that. Do you guys notice that this thing has little, very minor catches, but they can trip you up? It does have a little bit of lockup tendencies, but not much. I mean, overall, it's a really good cube. You know, it handles the M slices good. It handles the PLL algorithm good. See, but here we have a little bit of lockup again, and that's actually, now that I did that, it kind of reminds me that's where it happens. But anyways, it's overall a pretty decent cube, I have to give it that. I haven't had to add much lube to it. I haven't really had to tension it much. I just had to tighten it a bit, add a little bit of the Speedy lube. I didn't even have to take it apart to apply it, and then just a couple of drops of MoYu, and it really worked. But the middle still feels a little bit tighter than the outside. It feels inconsistent. Alright, so this one here is the 62mm one. This is the one I've been using for a really long time. And I've got this one set up exactly how I like it. It is really good for me. I'm not going to review this one because I've already reviewed it before. But out of all three of these, I'm going to still have to go with my 62mm MoYu 4x4. To me, it is superior over these two. You may have a different opinion. That's okay. We're all different. But for me, I'm sticking to this one. But you can find all of these at the Cubicle. And if you want, you can also buy this lube too. This is a Lubical Speedy Lube. This is, in my opinion, a really good lube. Now, I use this other stuff called Factory Team that I buy at a hobby store near my house, and it works really good too. But this stuff, in my opinion, kind of works a little bit better for the speed cubes. I'll keep that Factory Team stuff for my custom puzzles, things I'm not speed cubing, but this stuff here doesn't take much. I don't like over lubing cubes, and it's very difficult to over lube it with this, because you over lube a cube, then you have to wipe it out, and it's just this huge ordeal, and I don't really want to have to do that. So this stuff here is really good, and I haven't had to reapply yet, but I'm not sure if I will. Who knows? Anyways, guys, that's my review on these puzzles. They're all very good puzzles. For me, I'm gonna choose this one though. So there's a link at the top of the description of the Cubicle. Thanks to them for sponsoring this video, and I'll see you guys on my next video.